What's going on, everybody? It's Afro Think Tank. Now, every now and then I come across a video where someone would explain why they're leaving Pan-Africanism, or how they used to be a Pan-African and now there's something else. Usually it's some sort of ethno-nationalistic something. Maybe they moved over to be Hebrew Israelite, or maybe they moved to be a Muslim, or any old manner of things, little groups that they attach themselves to, as they journey through life, right? Trying to figure out who they want to be. But let me make something clear to anybody who makes videos thinking that they're going to hurt Pan-Africanism by making videos trying to explain why they left Pan-Africanism, as to advertise why you also should leave Pan-Africanism. Which, by the way, Pan-Africanism is another way to say Black unity. So if you say you left Pan-Africanism, you're saying you're leaving Black unity. It's that simple. We don't need a bunch of extra words, all right? We don't need a bunch of extra words. If you left Pan-Africanism, you left Black unity. And the reason why you left Pan-Africanism is because you weren't strong enough. You see, Pan-Africanism and unity requires strength to hold on to your brothers and sisters during hard times. You see, Pan-Africanism makes you think twice before being disrespectful and dropping nukes at your brothers and sisters, utilizing their ethnicity, racial, or religious orientation to attack them. Pan-Africanism stops you from doing that. Pan-Africanism will get a Black African Christian and a Black African Muslim to get along. Pan-Africanism will get a Black African tribalist, a Black African Muslim, and a Black African Christian to get along economically and socially, and see that they are connected by more than man-made religions that don't even come from them. Pan-Africanism requires you to use the strength to hold on to your brothers and your sisters to your left and your right, and not ask or be thinking that you are supposed to receive something, because of it. You see, a lot of you guys are performative Pan-Africans. You want to be Pan-African, but you want to be patted on the head and praised for your Pan-African actions. And when you don't get patted or praised for your Pan-African actions, you get mad and you leave and say, this is why I left Pan-Africanism. A lot of you people who also say you leave in Pan-Africanism, you make up the bullshit, shallow excuse that only African Americans are participating in Pan-Africanism, which lets me and all real Pan-Africans know that you never were a Pan-African in the first place. If you were a woman, more than likely you were riding on the coattails of some dude that inspired you because he had the gift of gab, and you decided to attach yourself to a person, not the actual movement of Pan-Africanism. If you're a dude, you were looking for a leader, somebody to galvanize you so you can feel like you somebody, and you attached yourself to a person and not really Pan-Africanism. That's why most of you people who say, I used to be a Pan-Africans, are just failures at Pan-Africanism, because you're a failure at unifying with people. Because when somebody hurts your feelings, you want to drop nukes. When if you're an African American, somebody says something about African Americans, instead of arguing with that person on an individual basis and try to bring in the fold and bring context to the conversation, you just want to look at their ethnicity or racial or demographic and find something that you can poke at them with. That's what I see immature people doing on the internet right now, because they don't know how to handle their emotions. They don't know how to handle conflict with others. That's their problem. So anyway, that is the reason why people who say they are leaving Pan-Africanism are leaving it, because they're too weak to unify with their brothers and sisters. Anyway, that's all I got to say. This Afro Think Tank. Learn something, detail. I'm out.
I don't know why Africans, we always want to play the victims. We have the victim mentality, and then it's so hard for us to be empowered. It's so hard for us to liberate ourselves, and it's so hard for us to accept the truth, even to be told the truth. Some of you have a fake kind of Pan-Africanism. Aki, you see something, oh, that's a colonial mindset, colonialism. That is because the colonialism. How long are you going to blame the colonialism? Yes, colonialism happened. Then it ended. Though some systems have fragments of the colonialism, what have you done as an individual to liberate yourself from the colonialism? Apart from singing it, colonialism, that fake kind of Pan-Africanism is nothing. When you expect everybody else to change and for you not doing any or making any effort to change, that is hypocrisy. Every time something is not right, oh, colonialism, that is the colonial effect. How long are you going to sing colonialism? And who's going to wake up and liberate you? Or you think there is another Kwame Nkrumah who's going to come up, another Nelson Mandela? I think another person is going to arise and find the colonial mindset. It is in whose head? And most of you always see the logs in other people's eyes and you don't see that tiny toothpicks in yours. So, hey, that is colonial mind. What have you done to liberate yourself? Most of you that are doing this fake kind of Pan-Africanism, you think Pan-African is speaking against every other race. True Pan-Africanism is holding true to the values, liberating yourself from any foreign sabotage or foreign effect, and standing true to African values. Stop this fakeness. One day will slap someone. Colonialism. How long are you going to sing colonialism? We can't deny some systems have a background of the colonial effect in it. What have you as an individual done to liberate yourself? Instead of expecting everyone else to change except you. Oh, the other day I was doing a video and then I said money in dollars. Oh, this is a colonized mind. What have you done on your platform for Africa? What have you done? This fake kind of Pan-Africanism, stop it. You think Pan-Africanism is blaming everything else and you're not focusing on the true African problems and you're not contributing any solution. Some of you even know the problems very well. You can articulate them very well and you have not even taken time to think or research on how best they can be solved. Pan-Africanism. Fire.
This is a message to the fake Pan-Africanists, to those who wave the Pan-African flag only when it benefits their ego, status, or hustle. We see you. You talk about unity, but only when it silences your accountability. You scream, Africa for African, unless Africans check you for overstepping. You hide behind slogans whilst disrespecting cultures, ignoring laws, and manipulating communities to serve your personal agenda. This is not Pan-Africanism. This is performative, selfish, and hypocrisy. Real Pan-Africanism is about having mutual respect, not dominance. It is about truth, not tribal favoritism. It is about uplifting the continent, not building fake kingdoms for clout. If you can't honor the sovereignty of another African nation, if you dismiss laws and customs to justify your own recklessness, if you cry unity only when you are being called out, then you are not for the people, you are for yourself. Pan-Africanism is not your shield. It is not your mask, and it is not your excuse. Africa deserves better than your ego.
Fake Black history, way too many people believe that Africans never fought for us. That's completely false.
The question is this: was I the only person in the young grades of school to ask the teacher, how come not one African general came over to our rescue? How come not one person in Africa came and started a war for us?
You really believe that?
Even after finding out what the hell we went through, nobody came. Even during the civil rights movement, nobody came from Africa.
Not true.
Nobody.
Unfortunately, the U.S. school system has done a terrible job teaching us Black history. But yes, there were literal wars over the slave trade fought between Africans and Europeans, both on the continent and in the diaspora. I'm talking centuries of wars and battles over the slave trade. And actually, African leaders did come to the United States during the civil rights movement and welcomed African Americans to the continent as well.
So to all those Black Americans that don't consider themselves African. I'm from Compton, California, born and raised here, family been here in Americas, in the United States for generations. You feel me? And y'all like to say we not the same as the continental Africans. The American Africans and the continental Africans are not the same, right? Okay, cool. Look, I'm pushing my African landlord, right? Me, you not the same either. So if you was born here in the United States and you not African, we not the same. You feel me? We different. That's cool. Be who you want to be. Just don't try to jump on this African ship later. When you see us doing our thing, we get these holes in this boat, in our ballast tanks and all that, get the floating and the sails is doing their thing. Don't try to jump on later. Stay where you at. Remember, you not us. And we need to get a list of everybody that's not African. Because I don't want to see y'all try to come over later. I want y'all to go wherever y'all going. Stay over there. African though.
Pan-Africanism has been around a long time before Afrocentricity. We said the first Pan-African conference was in 1900. Just because we've not achieved Pan-Africanism today doesn't mean it's not achievable. That sounds like maybe you've got some confusion with the American capitalist system of everything is instant. You know, instant coffee, instant this, instant replay. But freedom is not instant. It is an eternal struggle. Therefore, from 1900... Therefore, from 1900 up until now, and I began by showing you that it started when we were first interrupted. Do you think that the Africans who were put into slavery were not fighting for Africa? They didn't fight, they waited until Afrocentricity? No, the struggle continues. Afrocentricity is only a term. It doesn't give the content of the struggle. The struggle is always there. There's a scientific law. Wherever there's oppression, there is resistance. Even if you cannot detect it with the naked eye, there is resistance.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.